1. Oh boy, are you guys ever in for a treat today? I want to introduce to you Leah. Leah has an amazing story, and I can't wait for her to share her story. But first, I want to say that her results that she's gotten in just 2.5 months being in the academy are going to blow your flipping mind. I want to just start with that before I even introduce her. I mean, look at this. Leah. Look at this, Leah. This is
So
amazing.
exciting.
This is amazing. We'll come back to this. Girl,
Love it.
welcome.
Thank
38 pounds.
you.
Are you kidding?
Thank you.
38 pounds in 3 months. Are you kidding me?
38 pounds.
31 inches. Did you ever think?
I didn't. I've been trying to do this for so long. And this was like amazing for me. This was something that I've
So,
been waiting to do for a long time.
okay, so just let's start from the beginning because I was
Mhm.
so excited. I probably shot that graphic up way too soon before people are like even know what's going on. So let's start from the beginning. You tell us what was going on with you before you decided to, you know.
So I've been diabetic, type 2 diabetic for the last like 6 or so years. My weight's always fluctuated. I've always struggled with it. In addition to the type 2 diabetes, I have other health issues with kidney, pancreas cysts. So I really didn't think that I could get off insulin or lose weight or
Were you
get.
told that you couldn't, or you just thought you couldn't?
I was told. I was
You were
told by a
told
couple
you
of
were
different
told you would
doctors
never get
that
off insulin?
they weren't quite sure it was total type 2. They thought it might have been some of type 1 because of my medical concerns, because I have one neuroendocrine tumor on my pancreas in addition to a lot of cysts. So I always thought that even if, and they always told me, even if you lose weight and you eat healthy, you will still be diabetic. So I wanted to fight that. I love a challenge. So that's when I did my research and I found you. And
How did you find us?
I found you on Facebook looking up different diabetic Facebook groups because Facebook is just so accessible and everyone's on their phone all the time. So having that Facebook support in different groups was
Yeah.
really convenient for me. It gave me like the support and motivation that I needed to keep going. So I watched in your free group for a while, maybe
How
not that long, like 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
2 or 3 weeks. And I was like, I like what I see. I'm ready to do this. I needed a commitment. I needed accountability. I wanted someone to check in with me and make sure I was doing what I was supposed to do. So the community of girls are great. Seeing things from different perspectives just makes everything so much easier when you have that support, you know?
Yeah.
So
So, how are
yeah,
you feeling?
being
Like, how are you feeling? I know you wanted to lose weight. That was kind of your was you wanted to
that,
lose weight
well,
was your
that was my
major?
initial, just because I've struggled so much with my weight. And I
Yeah.
know that I don't eat like obese person eats. Like I have, I thought I had pretty good nutrition. And then, I used to work out for a while, months at a time, and I would see no change, no weight loss, no change at all. And I just got really, really frustrated. And I knew that part of that was because I was on insulin, and you just become so insulin resistant that it's like nearly impossible to lose the weight. So,
I mean,
uh,
Leah, look at this. I mean, this is in 2.5 months.
it hasn't
And
even been the full 3 months yet.
38 pounds. But for me, the biggest one is that you were told you would never be off insulin. And look at you. How long have you been off insulin since you've been with me?
It's been almost 2 months,
So we got you off insulin almost right away.
almost right away with
And your blood
diet.
sugars were in the high hundreds with your insulin.
With my insulin, and they used to fluctuate just because of the insulin. When I would eat the carb, it wouldn't be enough coverage, and then I would go low. So those lows are brutal. Those lows make you eat more sugar.
Right.
So
And
that's what was really
now
killing me.
we've stayed your blood sugars are stabilized
Yes,
without
yes.
being on insulin.
I had an 84 sugar this morning.
It makes me
Right?
so happy. It's
So
amazing.
awesome.
So how are you physically feeling now? Like,
I feel good. I feel good even on the extended fast. I feel great, I I have the energy I need to get up with my boy every day and,
mhm,
go on that bike ride down the road, or, you know,
mhm.
it's such a difference in the bloating, the bloating that you feel. And I used to feel clunky and heavy. And now I just feel so much lighter on my feet. And I know that 38 pounds isn't that much. It's more,
What? Are you
well,
stop it?
it is, but I mean, by feeling lighter on my feet, I don't just mean the weight. I
8 pounds
mean
isn't that
mentally.
much, girl.
I mean mentally. Like mentally, I wake up and I don't think about, ooh, I get to have breakfast. Ooh, what am I going to make for breakfast? And then I'm not like always worrying about craving foods and like I had to talk myself down, and that's exhausting.
It's
To talk
exhausting.
myself down all the time about, oh, do I really want those chicken wings? Do I really need to go out to eat and order that? Do I really need to have, 2 martinis at dinner? Like those type of things are just mentally exhausting. And now that I have the confidence to push them away and not need them, that is like the biggest improvement in myself, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I was just talking to Julie, right? Julie had very similar testimony where she was just like, I was so sick of thinking about food all the time and not knowing what to eat. I know one of your goals you said here on your goal sheet was you wanted to learn how to eat. Do you
Yes.
feel like you're learning? You feel like that has been something that has been
Absolutely. Absolutely. And actually, it was just last night that I watched your Mindset Monday on what is normal eating. Normal eating in everyday life is just so terrible for us. And then we just learn that it's normal, you
yes.
know, and I feel confident in what I want to be normal for me.
Mhm.
I can feel confident in that because you've given me the knowledge that I need and the facts that I need to be able to do that. So that's
It's
huge.
kind of mind blowing, isn't it? Like
It is.
the shift that happens when
Hmm.
you decide, you just make a
Correct.
decision and say, listen, I need to do something for myself and I need to quit listening to all the
Yep.
noise around and I
Absolutely.
need to do something for me.
Yep. And I knew what it was like. It
Mhm.
was in the first month, definitely. It might have even been the first couple weeks. You gave us an action to write down exactly what we were going to eat for 2 days. And I knew right then that that was one of my problems because it was very, very hard for me to look at that piece of paper and know what I was going to put in my body for those next 2 days because I didn't want to decide. I want to be able to eat what I want to eat tomorrow. And I'm the independent kind of go getter. What I want, I get kind of girl. So if I want 2 weeks tomorrow, that I don't want to write it down. So it's the mindset and it's in the preparation and the work that you have to do ahead of time. And you need that support group in you with all of your experience and your knowledge in all those different areas, kind of bring it all together and to be able to get the results that you want you know
Yeah, your results have been mind-boggling to me, like amazing, especially with, with your health concerns, with the, we've talked about that in privately in the group about
Yes.
how, my philosophy and my opinion is that we're going to be able to manage that and get that better because we're creating overall health, but that's a whole nother topic. But what would you say is the number one thing that you've learned that has been like, wow, this is why you've gotten the results that you've gotten so quickly, so fast? Has there been like an aha moment for you or like, wow, that really resonated with me, which has allowed me to get these kind of results?
Yeah, well, one thing that really sticks out when you say that is all the toxins that are in all the food. And I know there's so much more to that, but I'm going to mention that just because even when I first started the program, I knew that I was going to have to eat right. I knew that, I knew certain things, but, when you throw the list of the 12 bad foods up and you realize what they're doing to your body, that was something that I wasn't expecting, you know, that
Mm.
I think that if I had everything else, that it still wouldn't work because of all the toxins that I had in my body. And I didn't know. I didn't know that you got the carcinogens in the meat from the grill. I cook on my grill so much, just little things like that. And the gluten was another thing. And because I'm diabetic, I've always kind of eaten low carb. But my low carb was bacon, turkey bacon, a lot of eggs, a lot of steak. I would, so there were way too many fats. I overate protein, and all those toxins, the buildup on toxins, the artificial sugars, the Diet Coke that I used to drink, that was like my one treat that I used to give myself, that I used to think was the best treat that I could give myself because I'm diabetic. But I really think that it made such a huge difference because I've just slowly been ridding my body of those toxins.
Yeah, so when the ladies hear when my audience hears you say that, they're all like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds great and all, but I could never do that." They're thinking, "Yeah, that's exactly me, but how in the world will I ever be able to stop that?"
And
Can you
I
just
know. And you know what? In the beginning, I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to come on here and tell you that it's easy. It's not. It's also not easy to, do a $300 grocery shopping and cook huge meals and overeat and feel like crap. But how I made it easier for myself, because I'm busy. I have a full-time job. I have a 4-year-old. I have a household. So I am busy, but you have to prioritize, and you'll eat less. So you'll be spending less on grocery shopping. So even if you think it's more expensive to do the whole organic shopping, you're going to go and you're going to get 5 good quality ingredients instead of a whole cart full of crap that you're going to end up cooking. Leftovers going to stay in the fridge for 2 weeks anyway.
Well,
You
and isn't
know,
it true too that, when the women hear you say, "Yeah, I've done all this," but they're thinking, "How am I ever gonna be able to not crave Diet Coke? How can I not eat that? That doesn't seem even possible." It's possible, isn't it?
it is possible. It is possible
Because we
because
are healing the body from the inside out,
correct. Correct.
right?
And there are good replacements. I found my
Yeah,
replacement for Diet
yeah,
Coke with my Zevia
yeah, yeah.
that I have and I treat myself with.
Right, yeah, of
So
course, and
there's replacements. Your
yeah.
their brain isn't gonna think now like it's gonna think in 2 months. It's gonna be completely different. And what I love so much about the program is that you gradually introduce these things, as opposed to if you were to send everyone attachments of all these things that they need to do, it's way too overwhelming. You sit down at your computer, you see all the other girls, they have good questions, even if you're afraid and you don't want to ask a question, you see all the responses and the questions from everyone else. So it's a gradual process. It's not like, oh, tomorrow I'm not going to be able to have Diet Coke. It's a gradual process. And after all that, you're not going to want Diet Coke, you know?
Bing. That's the ticket, is
Yep.
changing that desire with a path and a process that will
Yes.
get you to the result.
Yes.
And
And I
and
will say, though, that dopamine hit that you get from all those that good food, okay, you will find other ways to get that. I enjoy like some of the simpler things now more than food because, when I'm excited or I'm happy or I'm going, celebrating something, food isn't what I'm going to go to. I'm going to want to do my hair, spend time on my hair and my makeup and my outfit, and, go outside more and take walks and watch the birds and enjoy your pets and all things like that, that kind of fill that void of all that crap food and those bad habits. So
love hearing you talk
come a long way with me.
well, that's why, because
Yeah.
when you first started, I see such a change in you when you first
Mhm.
started in the first couple calls where I just saw like a sadness and like a frustration, but yet also I saw in you a determination.
Yes,
You were like, "Yeah, I don't know, I'm a little skeptical," but because you didn't you
I was. And
at the
I
beginning of
know
the
you on
program,
that.
I told you, I said, "I'm gonna get you off insulin," and you said, "No, I don't think my
I
doctor
know.
said." Remember that?
I know. I know. And it was 2 days that I went on my Lantus because, just so everyone knows, I was on an insulin pump and a continuous glucose monitor. So I had 2 devices on me that I changed, one every 10 days and one every 3 days. So I had a continuous flow of insulin on me all the time. And I was scared because you get a secure feeling, especially when you've dealt with lows and stuff. You get kind of attached to stuff like that. And I just felt like I wasn't able to, I always felt like I needed it as a background just in case I wanted to cheat kind of thing. So I didn't
Right.
want to get rid of it completely. But
Right.
you gave me the confidence and you just said, nope,
Well,
Leah,
I
do it.
gave you
Just do it.
the education. You were able to
Yes.
have it explained to you in a way that made
Yes.
sense. You're smart.
Yep.
I attract a lot of smart women in the academy, as you know.
Yeah.
The women in my academy, they're smart. They just haven't had the right direction.
Right.
You know,
Yes,
and you get educated. That's the value. That's the value in the
it
academy
is.
is you get educated, and then you have the sisterhood of women that you can just have camaraderie with, and that helps keep you on task,
It
right?
does.
And the reason why you were able to get the
Absolutely.
such amazing results as you have, and the reason why you lost 38 pounds is because when you're on insulin, you can't lose weight. And look at you. See, that's why you were
Exactly.
struggling,
I know. I know. And now I
girl.
see that it just opened up a whole new world for me.
Give
So,
a message to these girls in the group who are watching this and tell them why they just
uh,
need to take care of themselves and
I
join us.
know you're probably hesitant and you've watched Terry's videos and you might not want to, have the expense, the added expense was a big thing for me financially. I know it's not always easy and, it's agreeing to something that you don't really know what you're going to get, but you have us girls telling you what we've been through and how it's worked for us and I'm just a normal 36-year-old single mom of a 4-year-old and I trusted in Terry and she's helped me tremendously. I just can thank her over and over and over again because if it wasn't for her, I would not be able to get to where I am today. And my health, there's just no, the added number of years I'll have in my life is just it's you can't put a price on that.
Mm.
So you need to you need to commit. You need to give your all because if you want it bad enough, you can get it. There is a way to get it, and Terry can help you. I promise you.
Perfect. Amazing.
Thank you so much, Terry. You've really done so
Amazing.
much
I
for me.
am so excited for you, proud of you, but I'm excited for you to see where you're gonna continue to be led and
Yeah,
continue to do
me
and
too.
change and heal. So
Yeah.
happy for you. You've done an amazing job.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for sharing. You're gonna make a big impact in some women's life today.
I hope I do. I hope so.
Thank you.
Thank you.